This is Quinte Calendar on 800 CJBQ.
1226. Welcome to Quinte Calendar. It's J.D. Brown in with you, joined by a very special guest, Janet Craig. Janet is a chef, and Janet, you are a business owner as well as a chef, too. What's the name of your business?
The Satisfied Soul, and my website is satisfiedsoul.com.
Excellent. Now, there's something more special to the food that you make. You yourself are a stroke survivor.
I am a stroke survivor, and so I have the Heart and Stroke logo on my website, and I have permission to use the Healthy Heart in all my advertising, and I try to keep food healthy and interesting.
It can be a challenge to keep food healthy.
Well, I think people think healthy food doesn't taste great, and that's certainly a misconception.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you use the freshest ingredients and anything can be made desirable.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Certainly attractive.
Well, you got to think too. I mean, there has to be some healthy foods that you enjoy, right? I mean, even if you think. I mean, I have a terrible diet. I mean, garbage in, garbage out. It's the story of my life.
Well, I always tell people I would eat a deep fried running shoe. So
well, I could possibly do that too.
Everybody has their faults.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? I love green beans.
Well, that's good.
I love chickpeas as well. I like a lot of different kinds of vegetables. When you think about it, if I really put my head toward it, I could probably eat healthy myself, and I think anybody could.
Well, I think ethnic food is very healthy. It's a lot of whole proteins created by beans and lentils and rice,
mm-hmm.
And it's certainly interesting. Great flavors, Mexican food, and turkey is actually very healthy. And
it is. It's a lean meat.
A lot of people are eating that this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now, Janet, before we get into turkey, exactly what kinds of food do you cook? Are you specializing in Italian food, or what? Just
well, I had part of my training in Italy, so I do a lot of Tuscan cuisine and Italian food, and that's certainly heart healthy.
Now, what makes Tuscan cuisine stand out from just regular Italian food?
Well, I think Tuscan, all Italian food is wonderful. The Mediterranean diet is so healthy for you. Olive oil and fish and grains,
and
pastas,
fresh vegetables
and fresh vegetables.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of animal fat, so
it seems to be all the rage.
Heart healthy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, certainly that is the diet they've decided is the best for your heart.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Mediterranean diet.
Living on the coast of the Mediterranean shouldn't be bad for you either.
I know, exactly. What could be wrong?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So, what could people expect? Do you go to their homes and cook for them, or do you go to homes and bring stuff?
Well, chefs are not caterers.
Mm-hmm.
We're not caterers. We ideally we cook for a different family every day, and I do have a number of a variety of clients, from single professionals who are just tired of eating fast foods, or suddenly their doctors read them the Riot Act and said, okay, enough, and just couples with small families, and they're both working or just have very busy lives, and
mm-hmm.
They do cook for themselves on the weekend, but during the week they're really pushed, and a lot of people think chefs it's intimidating because it's only for the affluent or the wealthy. But it's not, because if you think about what you pay for prepackaged food, and how many groceries you throw out every week that you don't use, and how many times you take the family out for fast food, and bottom line, what's your time worth?
Mm-hmm.
And I think people really diminish their own value.
Yeah, definitely.
You come home to a wonderful meal. I do all the shopping. I do all the food preparation. You come home, the house smells wonderful. I even wash the kitchen floor before I leave. So it's a nice experience.
That's great. Yeah, and how can they get in touch with you to get the service?
You can either phone me on my phone. I live here in Belleville.
Mm-hmm.
613-210-0250. Or my website is probably the best, as www.satisfiedsoul.com.
Excellent. Now let's get into it. It's Thanksgiving weekend, and a lot of turkeys on a lot of tables in Canada, coast to coast, and right here in Quinte this weekend. Now, there are many varieties of ways of cooking turkey. I know my neighbor, Mike, he actually deep fries his turkey, and he's mastered that. I haven't seen him have any accidents.
I know. It can be dangerous.
You know what? It's one of those things that I think, a better safe than sorry. I'm sure I could pull it off as long as I follow the instructions, but I just don't want to risk it. So I tend to stick to tradition and do it in the oven. But there's another way you could do it, too, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
Well, I do mine on the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I freeze up my oven. As you know, you have so many side dishes.
Yes.
And everyone's struggling to get them in and get them heated up. I use the microwave as well for all my vegetables, and I use the barbecue for my turkey.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do we go about barbecuing a turkey?
Okay, you just get yourself a large foil pan and get yourself a big jug of real cider, which you can get from the market, Belleville Market, or you can get from the refrigerator section of the grocery store. And you put wash and dry your turkey and salt and pepper it, season it, and put it in the foil pan with half of the container of the cider and tent it tightly with foil. And your barbecue, you're going to have it on indirect heat, which is you put the turkey on the unlit side of the barbecue and light the other side.
Okay. And
put it on at medium heat, and it actually does in about 3/4 of the time that your oven would do.
Really?
So for a 12-pound turkey, it takes about 2 hours in the barbecue.
That's not bad.
And it's not bad. And you just keep checking and adding some more cider. It makes a wonderful gravy.
No kidding. Yeah, I can imagine.
It's very moist and brown, and you have your whole stove for your side dishes or your microwave for your vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, we got to think of the things that we put on our table for Thanksgiving. Well, of course, your vegetables, and a lot of people serve two different kinds of vegetables. You need a pot for your gravy, your potatoes, your stuffing.
Exactly.
And let's not forget dessert too.
Yeah, those pumpkin pies. So
exactly.
You've got your oven going full tilt all afternoon.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, when my family used to have gatherings for Thanksgiving, and I'm sure a lot of families do this, what we would do is we would pick a house. We'd converge on that house, and that house would make the turkey, and that's all they would make, just the turkey and, of course, the gravy. Yep, and everyone would bring their own sides. The only thing is, you basically you got a traffic jam waiting in line for the oven. Exactly.
Again, everyone has to heat it. And of course, a lot of the dishes are so large they won't fit in the microwave for heating. So you're pushed that way as well.
Yeah, and it frees up your oven too, not just to bake foods, but just to keep them warm. Put your oven on low heat, and you could keep your pies in there, keep them nice and warm, and whatever else you brought with you.
That's true.
That's an excellent idea. So again, all we need is a foil pan, some tin foil. You want to put the turkey on medium indirect heat. That's an important part, I imagine.
That is a very important part.
And there's nothing really to it. Just pour half the bottle of cider in the pan, salt and pepper the turkey. Of course, you got to wash and dry it first. Mm-hmm. And just keep an eye on it, basically, until it's done. It should be about 2 hours, you said?
Yes, yeah. It takes about 2 hours. It's surprising. It takes a lot faster, and it's brown, it's moist, and wonderful gravy from the leftover juices.
Oh, I can imagine.
And if you want recipes, I publish a Heart Smart recipe every month, the first of the month, and I have a huge archive of recipes on my website. And also, when I teach a loyalist, all the classes go up on my website afterwards. So there's lots of selections, there's lots of great side dishes, butternut squash soup, some great casserole dishes for your sides for Thanksgiving.
Nice. And, of course, casserole dishes are really great, too, if you're a little bit busy and, you can make it on a Sunday night or something and come home and pop it in the oven on Monday.
We're all into convenience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our time is valuable.
Excellent. Well, Janet, we thank you so much for joining us. Again, your website, go ahead.
www.satisfiedsoul.com.
And we can reach you at 613-210-0250.
Exactly.
Janet, thank you.
And have a very happy Thanksgiving.
And you, too, enjoy your barbecue turkey. I might have to try something like that.
Thank you very much.
This has been Quinte Calendar on 800 CJBQ. If you or your organization would like to be featured on Quinte Calendar, call 613-969-5555 or email Quinte Calendar.